Hey there, Adrienne Elise here. Welcome to the SuperNova Astrology update for December 25th, 2023 to January 1st, 2024. Wow, here we are, moving into a new year already and finally. So let's talk about the energy of this year-end astrology. Wow, it's definitely really powerful. So we just had the solstice, and that was powerful energies with Venus in exact opposition to Uranus. And we also had, now we're feeling, so the energy of, for the for the solstice, we had Venus exactly opposite of Uranus in her home sign of Taurus. This is a challenge to whether or not we can claim our higher authority, our higher technology, as we've got our planets moving into Capricorn. Now, that's what the solstice is, when the sun moves over into Capricorn. So just at the solstice, the sun, that Mercury came together with the sun. And just before the solstice, Mercury made a sextile with Saturn as Mercury is retrograding back through the early degrees of Capricorn. So this is really powerful for the sun and Mercury to make this conjunction at the same time that Mercury was in that sextile to Saturn in Pisces. The sun was going over the galactic center in Sagittarius. And so this is an activation of who we are in our greater destiny. Like, who are we really? This is what this whole astrology is all about. Everything that's happening in our world is a necessary and requisite adjustment according to who we really are, not the lies we've been told about who we are. And we're in a dramatic turning point where humanity is taking back their power from these external controls. And so everything is written here, telling us the story, confirming what we're feeling energetically. And so these planets are then switching places. Mercury retrograde crossing over the sun, the sun now in Capricorn. And for today, on the 25th, the sun is in sextile to Saturn, taking the place of Mercury. Mercury is now crossing over the galactic center. So this is an activation of a true understanding of our greater human destiny. And with the sextiles to Saturn, it's a reworking of our timeline. Saturn in Pisces, having retrograded all the way back to 0 degrees. Now moving forward, still at 2 degrees Pisces, Saturn will make it to 3 degrees Pisces on the 30th of December. And so, wow, this next week is so powerful. And so because Mercury's retrograde takes him 3 times over this galactic center point, this destiny, saying, are you sure you got this? Then the sun already went over, and now Mars is going to go over at the end of the year for New Year's Eve. Here's our fireworks. So this is a massive activation of the warrior within, according to who we really are in our greater destiny. And at the early degrees of Capricorn, it's about claiming back our autonomy, our authority. We really are. Can you feel it? There's been a huge shift of we're getting our energy back from the parasitic lower grid forces. I mean, there's still some weird stuff that's going to have to be worked out for a while, I think. But overall, what we're finding is that we may have more energy within us because there has been a defeat, a standing down of the parasitic, a dismantling of these parasitic lower matrix realities. And this is what this whole astrology is saying. Look at who you are. Feel the energy that's available to us. We are abundant with everything we need inside of us, except it's been being fed upon by the parasitic energies to keep us as slaves. In order to keep their system going, for them to keep feeding on our emotionality, first of all, we have to keep it, They have to try to keep us in trauma and drama energies. And they have to make sure that we never, ever remember who we really are. And this is what this astrology is saying. And once you see the truth, once you feel this power, once you feel this knowledge return of the power of our autonomy, then you can't unsee it. And now we move forward as we take back and recreate our world. These are the sextiles to Saturn. Saturn retrograding back. Saturn is the laws and the rules of our reality. It's our original timeline and it's the absconding of our timeline. And so it's like Saturn got taken over, the black cube of Saturn representing this magnetic force that's keeping us from being able to access the wider realities, our guidance, our support, our ability. Really what it comes down to is what they wanted to interfere with ultimately is our knowledge of and our ability to create our own reality. Actually, our reality's been hijacked because, do you see the media, all this predictive programming? I want to tell you something about this predictive programming, like all these end of the world movies, right? This is absolutely validating what the universe is trying to tell us to make sure we know right now our greater human destiny. We have the power to create, and that's why we've been hijacked on every level to try to get us. They need our energy and our visual abilities to be able to create their nightmare, and we're not falling for it anymore. No, we're done. We're not playing. We're going to create this. And this is what's birthing and blooming. This has been the difficulty of these last 3 years. I feel like we've been in a 3-year trap quarantine, very interesting energies. And may we be completely set free as of this moment right now, right? But it's like we've been unable to access our guidance, our support, our ability to manifest, our ability to connect with energies. And so then we have to examine what is it going to be like? What's our process in coming back into these abilities? What if we can move forward in 2024, a whole new reality where we can actually manifest again? And then we're faced with this quintessential issue. Can you handle your own power? Because part of us has bought into this, that we can't handle our own manifestations. That goes back to Atlantean time, where we were blamed for the Atlantean catastrophes. It was a setup. And the thing is that we are finding and remembering who we are in our greater destiny. And for supernova souls, for advanced souls, the whole reason everything's been so difficult for you is because you never gave up your alignment, your truth with the love, the unconditional love, the truth, what's really good and right and true. This is what's returning. Tomorrow we have a Cancer full moon. And it feels like the energy of this full moon is a rebirth of the Great Mother's timeline. Now we know, and all had to go get upside down and backwards and flipped around and into some crazy realities in order for it to come back out right. And this is what's happening. A great correction back to that ideal divine timeline, which is in alignment with her, which is, that's you, supernova soul. You never left your heart. You were treated so poorly again and again, and you kept loving. Do you see the abundance that's coming back to you? The return of the Great Mother is the return of everything that's been stolen. And for those of us who held on through the darkest dark of the darkest night over these last 3 years, you are waking up to this massive abundance within you, this energy. And what are you going to do with it? And so we're reaffirming and reawakening to, as the Great Mother's timeline reawakens. It's a reawakening of the dream, the ideal ultimate dream of what we're doing here. We are confirming and feeling this divine love from her and our alignment with her. knowing who we are in the full confidence. We can stand in full confidence and be like, we might have felt all alone and disconnected, but we never left her side. And now we live and breathe in this truth, standing in this strength, this confidence. This all has to do with us claiming that autonomy and sovereignty as human souls. And this is this beginning degrees of Capricorn energy that we're dealing with right now. And this is where the full moon happens in Cancer. The full moon is tomorrow at in the evening. We're going to have, I hope you can make it to the activation, Cancer full moon activation, incredibly powerful energies here because the moon will be in trine to Saturn, will be coming into trine to Saturn just before this full moon. The full moon happens at 4 degrees, 58 minutes, and Saturn is almost to 3 degrees of Pisces. So just over 2 degrees apart at this full moon marker. And this is a reawakening of the dream. And we also have another beautiful water trine. We've got Venus in trine to Neptune. Venus in Scorpio, she's gone to the depths. She's faced the darkness. She became the mother even of the monsters, so that we can bring all that's organic and true and right back home. Every single human soul. She is a warrior and amazing, powerful goddess, our Venus representing her. And so Venus and trine to Neptune is a very important message, this reawakening of the dream, a reclaiming of the dream, the phoenix rising out of the ashes and into a new reality. And so this is such a beautiful energy for Christmas Day. Venus and trine to Neptune saying, yeah, underneath all those lies and delusions that we can see now, we're all about just trying to farm us from our precious spiritual energy. Underneath all those lies and delusions is the truth of who we are spiritually. The incredible God power inherently exists in every human, especially you, SuperNova soul, an advanced soul who has been here standing in your truth, holding on to the light this whole time. Thank you. So incredibly powerful, because with the moon in trine to Saturn, this is the reawakening of the dream, the claiming back of the divine timeline according to her. There's no other choice. This is the tables turning out right. And that means that the sun right now is an exact sextile to Saturn, 2 signs over, 60 degrees, which is creative solutions. So the sun in sextile to Saturn, like we said, it traded places with Mercury after they conjunct at 0 degrees Capricorn, a brand new birth for our awareness and our understanding of our true authority and autonomy, our God-given right. This is the Bill of Rights. This is what we're fighting for. It has not been fully expressed and taken hold, but the impulse of the basic human rights, God-given by existence, that we have God consciousness within us. We have all the power of the universe. And now what are we going to do with it? Do you feel right and good and true with her in your heart about your creations? Are you in alignment? Is this what this time has been about? To snap you back into place where you know who you are and what you're doing because you're with her. So you're for life, you're for healing, you're for love, you're for unconditional love, you're for the balm that releases humanity from the chains of suffering. And this is when our world comes back to what's right and good and true. It comes back right. You come back right too. This is our great purification. There's energies right now to release all the nanotech and infiltration and implants, whatever we've been dealing with electromagnetically, just shutting off all of that vibration, being in our own electromagnetic field, our own autonomy. That's what this really means. Now, when you go to own your field, you'll get the message like, first of all, it's selfish. These are the programs of the lower matrix. Then you'll get the message that you're just going to be all alone out on an island. So why do that? Except the alone program, that's their program. And actually, when you contain your energy and you take that God-given right to your own light bulb, to your own egg, to your own universe, you're automatically connected through your heart to all, and you can never be alone. So it's a trap, see? Because for them to access us in our energetic field or in our body, infiltration in all the ways we'll find out, oh my gosh, about the ways we've been messed with. But it all requires access to our electromagnetic field. That's our field. This is why they don't tell us about our field. We only know about our body because our field is where our power is. And our field is where we need to claim our autonomy. And we say, no, 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 no. Your garbage matrix does not exist here. Your disease state, I reject it. And my body is strong, like the trunk of an old growth tree. And it will not stand for these shenanigans. And all of this is just cleansed and healed and released and removed from our field as we stake our claim back into this righteous truth, and that we are in alignment with this. We were called wrong and bad. We were discarded. We were rejected again and again and again, but we never let go in our heart to her, even though we might have felt that we didn't deserve her. Now, we've all turned away, but now we turn back. Okay, she was there all along and it was really dark and alone and scary, but now I'm going to embrace this and feel the love and support that's available and connects all of us. Supernova souls, we are very clearly getting messages that our soul group was together from the beginning of time. Like we were all here. We all have a very specific place, of a petal of the lotus, of the many-petaled lotus. We're a necessary. You are a part of this. You know, they wanted to erase you and make you go away and be insignificant. I was like, no, 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 no. There's you were there from the beginning. That place is still there. You must take your place. This is the energy we're getting right now. This Mercury retrograde involves every planet, every personal planet, and Jupiter and Neptune. And so we are it's saying places, please. It's to take a stand. We stand with her. We know what's right and good and true. We're not going to let them create this bullshit reality anymore. The fact that they're trying to create these like fancy Hollywood movies to get us to be in like a fear program and create this dramatic, end of the world event. Screw you. It's our world now. So how do we take this stand? Moment to moment with every breath? It's not trying to take back or attain or deserve something. It's ours. It was always ours. And now we stand in that knowing and in that truth. And that this is what the fireworks are. So get this, we have this beautiful, beautiful energy today for Christmas Day. Venus trine Neptune. We're seeing through the delusions. We're taking back the dream. Everything we've been talking about. The sun in sextile coming into this full moon rebirth of the mother. Like just this absolute alignment. We've been so manipulated on so many levels, and I've spoken to this, how abusive this is to advanced souls, that you have developed this high level intuition, and then to be lied to upon lied to upon lied to. It's brainwashing, it's gaslighting, and it's incredibly disrespectful to the level of growth you've done on a soul level. This is where we stand up and we say no. We know who we are. Now that we know our power, we already win. And so this is an incredibly dynamic time because of this. And the full moon is just speaking to this rebirth of the mother's timeline. And there's definitely an energy of taking a leap into this new year, because the energies are like, boom. I mean, Mercury turns direct on the 2nd. We start feeling it on the 1st. We also have Chiron turns direct on the 27th. Jupiter turns direct on the 31st. So it's like a slingshot. I considered that as a it's always interesting to try to find the right title theme of the video, you know? But let's talk about the fireworks part. So anyway, we have this beautiful energy moving up to this full moon, these possibilities, this rebirth, this taking back our timeline. And at the same time, we've got Mercury just crossed over the galactic center. This awareness for the second of three passes, Mercury over the galactic center. The third pass of Mercury over the galactic center will be on the 12th of January. And so we've got all this happening, and then Mercury now catching back up to Mars. So Mercury and Mars, we start feeling that their conjunction here in the next couple of days, tomorrow for the full moon, pretty much. And this is really intense because Mercury, our awareness, Mercury is a ruler of both Gemini and Virgo, mutable signs. It's about, and air and earth, it's about our place in the world, our understanding, our perspective. And so when Mercury goes to goes retrograde, it's always about a reworking of our perspective. Three times over the galactic center, conjunction with the sun at 0 degrees Capricorn, it's about the authority that the human has as their birthright. And so now Mercury and Mars coming together at the 24 degrees of Sag, in exact square to Neptune. Now, Neptune is just making it to 25 degrees. Actually, Neptune will be at 25 degrees. That's powerful. Neptune is now direct and moving from, starting to just finally get going again out of its retrograde. And so making it to for 25 degrees right when the sun, Mercury retrogrades back to meet up with Mars in exact square with Neptune in Pisces. So they're 2 degrees away from the galactic center. And it's like Mercury just went over the galactic center. Mars is going to go over for New Year's. And here they are. And it's like this massive activation because Sagittarius in the galactic center, the whole energy of that is this greater destiny. That's why Sagittarius has this energy of the wider horizon, the quest, the bigger picture, the hero's journey. And so it's about, for supernova souls, it's about our spiritual quest and claiming back our spiritual quest and seeing clearly with Sun Mercury who we are in our greater destiny. We're not here to be slaves. There's so much to us. And we must come into this full expression before we get out of here and complete on Earth. So this is the next chapter. The Mother's Timeline Rebirthed is us co-creating our new world, our ability to create our own reality through our own individual creative pursuits and expressions, because we've been so suppressed over lifetimes. And all that's in you, right? If we're talking about the return of wealth, like literally a revaluation of money, which is coming too. The astrology says it's coming. But what's the real revaluation of wealth? That's that us light workers, we really got it going on. We have everything everybody needs: nurturing, care, healing, love, spiritual connection. Hello. I know we've been treated like garbage, like the lowlifes of the world, but who's last will be first. And that's what's happening. It's a different 1%. And this is this massive rearranging of the tables turning, and it's her turning the tables this time. She leads us back to Christ consciousness. And we rebirth with her, perhaps tomorrow on the Cancer full moon. Why not? So Mars and Mercury meeting up. They'll be coming together the 27th exact, the 28th, with that square with Neptune. Now, this is a massive activation of the warrior. Mercury and Mars are our main action planets. And so it's incredibly powerful when they come together. And so this union, and because Mercury's going retrograde, I got to go figure this out. I got to go figure out what our greater human destiny. Do I deserve it? What is my role? What does that mean? Can I stand in this power? Can I be a co-creator? And then the warrior. And this is the energy of the fireworks, is really about the activation of the spiritual warrior. And what does that mean? Because What is the spirit? What is the greater destiny we're talking about? To bring the world and the mother back, the heart back to the mother, the us back to her, the human souls back to her, to the mother, to her heart. So, what is this greater destiny? It's love, the true love, not fake, this narcissist, empty, uh, just, just vacuous, gross, calling love. No, this is like massive spiritual power love. And so that makes us love warriors. We are warriors for her. And we found, if you look in your past life, supernova souls, you're going to find lifetime after lifetime where you were devoted entirely to her, the principles and the truth of what's right and good and true. So let's just get back in alignment. Let's just get with her. We've seen this picture in the morning meditations that are available on the Telegram group and the membership. Thank you so much for your support, for being a member. And if you're interested connecting more with Supernova Souls, it's a great way to do it. And there's a $10 membership, a $20 membership. And so thank you so much for being a part of that. Come and join if you'd like to. In these morning meditations, we're getting great energies. It's like that rally the troops, get in your place, let's get connected, let's get together. And this beautiful picture of the mother as a big white Sufi dancer, and we are playing in her skirts, and we're dancing. We're learning to dance again and to co-create with her. And we're purified and we're moving and finally moving again, right? We've been so stagnant. We've been so quarantined, so stuck. It's not going to be like this. Now we prepare for what it means to be a co-creator. What if your manifestations start coming around? We want to make sure we're with her in alignment. The other picture we saw was us. We're the Milky Way, and we're in her belly, and her message is like, well, it's a little rough, but it's like there's pulsations and activations. What's going on? Oh, we're all feeling these new energies, right? On some level, or those of us that have senses to feel and eyes to hear and ears to listen or whatever, see. But her message was like, it's okay. I'm just dancing, right? Just shake it up a little bit. Shake it up. Shake off the garbage and the demonic shit. Just shake it off, and it's like an old branch on a tree. Just drop it. It's just like, and so it's a little bit weird and vibrational and rough and twisted and upside down, but she's just dancing. It's her message, and we get to dance with her. So what a beautiful, beautiful picture and an amazing time we're living in as we stand up and reclaim our world and are on the cutting edge of recreating and co-creating a new reality. Incredibly powerful. So let's just stay real present for this next week together. We've got that full moon activation. I hope to see you there or catch the replay. The energy is encoded live in these events. Get on the page of this rebirth, and even energetically through your intention, you can be with us, this rebirth of the mother's timeline. And then just after that, we're going to feel, and so it's so cool. I've talked about when you have these dynamic transits of we got sextiles and trines, beautiful water trine energy, and sun sextile Saturn. And then Mercury and Mars coming into square, Venus trine Neptune, Mercury and Mars coming into square with Neptune. So you got the square, the tension, the pressure, the oomph, the push, the fight. Mars, our warrior, he's not backing down. He remembers why he's here and why he feels so disconnected, because he's here to fight for the goddess. The masculine's like, oh yeah, whoa, I got it now. I just have to support her, and she's the fountain that brings the life and the love and the healing. And we all get to swim in the waters of the Grail Cup once and for all, So this is a power, but that dynamic energy of the push and the square and the tension and then the trine. And so it's incredibly dynamic, like a birth. And so let's just stay close in energetic connection through this. It's very beautiful because as we have another dynamic thing where we have that warrior activation of the spiritual love warrior activation, seeing through the lies and delusions of the Piscean age of Neptune in Pisces, and grabbing a hold of the mysteries, the miracles, and the magic again. So we've got that tension in this, and that's the 27th, 28th. That's going to play out. The time frame for this square and Mars Mercury square Neptune is the 24th yesterday through the 30th. So pretty much through the end of the year. And it's like, whoa, we stand up against the lies. So, and we gather our power as love warriors and we shoot off with the fireworks and make the leap into a new reality of 2024. So that's very powerful. But at the same time, the sun is coming into a trine with Jupiter, and that will be on the 28th. So we've got these just dynamics because the sun in Capricorn, our newfound authority, and trine with Jupiter, expanding into our true abundance. We talked about the true wealth, right? The true revaluation. That's happening. Nothing can stop it. And it's actually that revaluation we're experiencing energetically right now, bringing the physical monetary system revaluation that's inevitable as well. But the sun trine Jupiter is just like, expanding into what's rightfully ours, our true wealth, And we know it's not about money, but that is the law of the universe. The physical wealth must follow. And this is the energy of what we're feeling already. The magical backdrop of this whole reality is that this Jupiter in sextile to Saturn. I talked about how they came together as a conjunction in 2020, at the end of 2020. 3 years later, now the sextile, we had it first in June, but they went haywire with that Pluto square, the nodes, and Venus retrograde, and then it's all just been blah. And so now we have the beauty, the gift of this sextile, which is the gift of that union between Jupiter and Saturn, the new spiritual energies that are available to us. And so it's very powerful because Saturn in Pisces, reworking, rewriting our timeline, taking it back from the lower Saturn, Satan, black cube, matrix control back into our divine timeline, reworking, reclaiming the magic, the mysteries, the miracles of the Piscean age that we've been blocked off from, and then Jupiter expanding wealth. Okay, so Jupiter sextile, Saturn in Pisces, sextile Jupiter in Taurus is really says a revaluation of everything that matters to us, as well as a money system change. And the exact of that, the timeline, we're already feeling the sextile starting as of the 17th of December, and we feel it all the way through spring equinox. So 3 full months of this, we've got to take advantage of it. This is where we take the reins back on our reality. And so the exact sextile of that, for that revaluation, that flipping, that turning of the tide, is February 6th and 7th, the first week of February, leading right up to the new moon, the Aquarius new moon on the 9th of February. And that indicates February 10th as Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon. And it's the year of the wood dragon, which is an aspect of growth. So growth of the fire and the power, and watch out, here we come, So the love warrior has been activated, and this is this next 3 months where we go through the turnstile, take the turn, take our line with the guidance, and begin to move, but in just the right way, right? So we work around, because there's still lower matrix structures that have not been fully dismantled, because the people who don't realize what's going on need those structures, right? But we got to work around that, and we're bringing the magic back, and it's time to step into the manifestation power that we have, and know we're in alignment with her, and just get on with it and reawaken the dream of what it is we came here to do. So very powerful energies. And at that new year marker, we've got Mars over the galactic center, a completion of that square with Neptune. And we also have Jupiter turning direct on the 31st, Mercury turning direct on the 2nd. And it's like boom, boom, boom. And it's kind of like, it feels like this last 3 years, it's almost like we're taken out of reality and put in some weird, or maybe who knows what's going on, right? But it's like the gears have been slipping, or we've been driving a car that didn't have all the cylinders, or we couldn't quite get it into gear. So what does it mean for you? And are you ready? How do you prepare for when it does click into gear, right? When it, when like the chain on the bicycle won't quite get onto the right gear shaft, it's like, and then it does, and then you're moving. Are you moving in the right direction? Are you moving in alignment? Are you taking a whole bunch of baggage or people that don't want to do their own work with you, right? So this is a very, very crucial time to align and get in touch with this energy of where we know we want to create from. Because that's what's come through the intuitive training. The intuitive training is the most powerful work, the culmination of lifetimes of work around owning your energy field, everything we were talking about, that autonomy, clearing your chakras, becoming aware of the sacred energy field that we have. And so in the intuitive training, we work on that. And that's one of the main concepts that's come through because the main energy is about clearing authority contracts around where we feel that we don't have permission to work with our own energy and our own creations. And then fear programming, because those go together. We've been programmed with fears that we give over our power. And so you got to clear those at the same time. But if you are in alignment with her and your heart chakra and the cosmic heart chakra, then you cannot miscreate. It's impossible. And this is what's happening. We're being pulled back into the alignment. And we're also coming into the power, this energy being returned to us that was being fed upon. And we're realizing we're spiritual warriors. And we made it through all of that. And we're still standing. And everything they've tried to do to us. And so we're calling ourselves back home. We're healing, we're regenerating, rejuvenating, connecting with her, aligning, getting ready to crack the egg and be rebirthed into this new reality, our world now. And there's no other way. And it's an abundant expression and expansion of true wealth, which means you are a rock star, a celebrated, important part of that original dream, and you never gave up. Can you stand with her and reorient and be present? So incredibly powerful times. Thank you so much, Supernova Souls, for all that you've gone through to be here right now, to be in this power, to be in this moment, to live this truth. And it's only going to get easier. And the more we align and receive from her and the energies that are available in our world and connect with each other, it's incredibly exciting times lie ahead. And let's just make it so be it for 2024, this new reality, this reawakening of the original dream and the mother's timeline reborn. So I hope to see you tomorrow for that full moon activation. And also, let's just stay in touch energetically through this next week, because we've got the activation of the love warrior, not backing down and moving into this new reality together. And so happy new year. I look forward to connecting with you, and let's stay in touch. Thank you so much for your support, being a part of the membership group. There's also a donation link if you'd like to make an offering that way. It means so much to me to be in a place supported, to be a facilitator and a communicator, a leader for you amazing, powerful supernova souls. Imagine the presence of the wealth being unwrapped of what's inside the supernova soul. What a beautiful world. And so what an honor to work with you and be with you, and just keep it up. Just keep breathing, keep loving. I know the holiday times can feel so hard when we feel disconnected from our blood family and way disconnected from our soul family, even though we know we're here. We've been deliberately quarantined, and that's over now. This is how we stand in our power. We do the radical thing of staying in joy and finding each other, two or more, to build this new world. Uh, we are the rainbow bridge, and it's time to start acting like it and living like it, right? As the wealth that we are, in comfort and support and loved and appreciated by this world. Are you ready? So thank you so much, Supernova Souls. I love you so much. Also, tonight we're starting the Holy Night meditations. These are 12 meditations I did, recorded a couple years ago for the Holy Nights. Really beautiful energies. There's a powerful exercise that was given by Rudolf Steiner of feeling into, and this is really important because this year's gone so fast and time is so weird. And so it gives us a great moment where the 12 holy nights between Christmas and Epiphany on January 6th, each night meditating on your last January, opening up to insight about your next January, say on the first night, and then dreaming, journaling, visioning, packing away, sorting out, healing the last year, and opening up to visions and information about the year ahead. So very powerful work. I hope you can join us. The link to sign up is $20 for those 12 meditations. And it would be really cool to follow along together. You can do it anytime in the month of January as a way to set forward your year ahead. But it'd be wonderful to follow along for these holy nights here. So I hope to connect with you on the astral plane for the holy night meditations and holy nights of peace. 12 meditations for the great pause. Thank you so much, Supernova Souls, for your support, for being with us, for being you, and for being strong and true to the mother. She loves you so much. May you feel her love. May you feel her held in the loving arms, under her wing, as we go through this transition into rebirth together. Beautiful lights all over the world, holding it down, supernovas, rock stars. So I love you so much, and have a wonderful new year. Merry Christmas. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.